Is pornography stealing your man from you? How do the toxic pornographic mating behaviors of men today create distancing, separation, and divorce in relationships and marriages? 88% of men and 26% of women engage in pornography at least once per week. This means that 80 million out of 100 million men walking around at this very moment are releasing their semen to novel pornographic imagery at least once per week. Based on my own experience and the men I have talked with, men normally engage in pornography at least every few days, but most likely daily, and in some instances, multiple times per day. Men who regularly engage in pornography are unwittingly practicing and perfecting to toxic levels the ancient sexual behavioral pathways in our brain known as mating behavior. They are then transposing these toxic sexual behaviors into their relationship, creating an epidemic of erectile dysfunction, satiety, distancing, separation, and divorce on an unprecedented scale. Our brain has evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to form two major neurological behavioral pathways when it comes to connection in relationships, namely what is called mating and bonding behaviors. Mating behavior, which is best understood in the context of the pornography epidemic we see today, is fueled by dopamine. Dopamine is our arousal neurotransmitter and hormone. We must have healthy levels of dopamine and receptor sites in order to get aroused and stay aroused, to gain an erection and maintain an erection, as well as to feel drive, motivation, inspiration, and willpower in all aspects of our life. Bonding behavior, which is best understood in the context of secure attachment theory, is fueled by oxytocin, that feel-good hormone which arises when we feel connection through friendships, families, and communities. Secure attachment is the theory in psychology which postulates that babies absolutely need a secure attachment, shown through bonding behaviors and signals with the significant mother or caregiver in order to feel safe, secure, and loved, as well as develop optimally on a mental and emotional level. Bonding behaviors in the context of adult relationships and marriages builds on this critical theory of secure attachment, postulating that we need the same signals of safety and security in our relationship and marriage in order to continually develop and renew a strong and healthy relationship indefinitely. How do the toxic mating behaviors being practiced by the majority of men today poison, undermine, and ultimately destroy their relationship and marriages? And how can simply making a couple small sexual behavioral shifts build long-term, connective, and intimate relationships and marriages which can last a lifetime? We have all met the perfect couple before, right? Who truly are destined to spend their lives together. They are perfectly matched and mirror images of each other. So we are absolutely shocked when we hear that this super couple, who represented the best example of the ideal lifelong partnership, have separated or divorced. How can this happen? I do believe that the example of this perfectly matched couple, destined to spend their life together, can and does exist. The stars do align for millions of couples. Some people may use examples of failed super couples as evidence that monogamy cannot exist, that humans are naturally polyamorous. The truth is that we absolutely can find our soulmate, fall madly in love, and remain intimately and sexually aroused to our partner for a lifetime. We simply need to learn the fundamental healthy bonding behaviors that we can practice in our relationship and marriage, which can build and strengthen to the point that nothing can break it, nothing at all can shake it. In an adult relationship and marriage, the crucial signals of secure and safe attachment are expressed through regular practices. These practices actually share many of the same examples we experienced as babies. When a deeply nurturing and loving mother gazes deeply into the eyes of her beloved baby, whispering gentle words and songs, and gently caressing her beloved with the most meaningful touches, her baby receives powerful signals that he or she is deeply loved, safe, and secure for a lifetime. Despite the inherent dangers of new, fearful, and unknown surroundings. In the same way, this same level of nurturing and bonding behaviors must be practiced and signaled daily to our adult beloved baby. Why should our intimate bonds with our loving partner be anything less than this beautiful and powerful display of affection, connectivity, and love? Our adult relationships and marriages should be a blossoming of the bonding behaviors that nurtured and nourished us as babies into full expression of two loving partners, choosing relationship, friendship, intimacy, and lovemaking. Some powerful examples of bonding behaviors which we should practice regularly in a new relationship or to renew an existing relationship are deep eye gazing, meaningful touches, gentle caressing of the skin, sensual play, and slow building foreplay. Men should remain unattached to the singular goal-driven act of sex and reaching climax. If lovemaking does arise, men should practice semen retention in order to avoid the powerful neurological cascade of satiety and distancing that takes place on a neurological, mental, and physiological level. By refraining from toxic pornographic mating behaviors based on climactic-driven semen release, men can stay fully connected after lovemaking has finished. Rather than pulling away during the intense refractory period, which occurs the moment semen is released at climax, men can deeply embrace, hold, honor, and respect the heart and soul of their beloved, with whom they are sharing the most wondrous and sacred creative act that can be experienced by two partners in love. The science clearly shows that the moment the semen is released, a male will undergo an intense neurological, mental, and physiological refractory period and a process of replenishment in which dopamine levels crash and prolactin levels shoot up. The male body immediately begins pulling all the most precious hormones, growth factors, and nutrients found within our body and brain in order to replace the loss of the vital sperm. This process of neurological, mental, and physiological protection, shutdown, and replenishment creates fatigue, mood swings, irritability, distancing, and satiety in the relationship. The science shows this process takes place most intensely during the first 3 days after only one semen release event and continues to weave up and down for up to 2 weeks. Now women have a scientific understanding of exactly why men pull away, distance, become withdrawn and moody, and even disappear entirely after making love. Men need to learn that women are on an entirely different arousal timeline than men. When a man unconsciously reacts during sex, he automatically releases his semen after an average of only 3 to 5 minutes. Men are completely unaware that women are only just getting warmed up when men are not only finished, but pulling away, distancing, and even disappearing on top of it. Imagine for a moment how this makes a woman feel. This leaves your loved one feeling not only unsatisfied and robbed of her needs to feel immense satisfaction, but actually frustrated, irritated, and even causing them to distance themselves further from you. This is how resentment, distancing, and satiety begins to release its fatal poison deep into the very core of our relationships and marriages. My friend Marnia Robinson, who wrote the great work Cupid's Poisoned Arrow, asked the perennial question, why do we experience the same recurring cycles of honeymoon excitement, a gradual cooling off, distancing, satiety, and then breaking up over and over, relationship after relationship, even when it seems we have found the perfect match that can go the distance. Through cutting-edge science, as well as the ancient wisdom of traditions such as Curable, Marnia found that there are predictable outcomes in our relationships and marriages as a result of the style of sexual behaviors we consciously or unconsciously practice. In Cupid's poisoned arrow, Marnia made the powerful discovery that the very act of climactic-driven, goal-focused semen release, which we all have been taught is connective, deepening, and fortifying to the long-term sustainability of our relationships and marriages, is actually the tip of an arrow dipped in poison that slowly weakens, undermines, erodes, distances, and ultimately contains the very real potential to destroy even the best matched and well-intentioned partners. The poison is the very act of focusing exclusively on not only sex, but semen release for men, at the expense of losing invaluable bonding behaviors and intimate cues, which are absolutely crucial to the long-term sustainability of the relationship and marriage. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to catch the next video.